down, and she explodes with power once again. This filly can close wherever she wants. Jaywalk is a Breeders' Cup champ. As they come down to the line, he doesn't know how to lose. He's game winner in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile.
Cortland Simmons with you here on the CS Racing Report, and we're recapping the big races at Aqueduct on this first weekend of December in the final month of the calendar year of 2018, and some great races. Let's go right into the Go for One flat mile for 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares on the dirt at Aqueduct in Ozone Park, New York, near Queens. A very, very interesting race featured, highlighted by the feature horse, Marley's Freedom out of the Bob Baffert barn. She was the favorite in the filly and mare sprint, got hooked 4 wide, still finished a very credible 4th, not even a length back from the top 3. It was a race that jockey Mike Smith felt like if she had gotten the right trip, she would have won. She had an opportunity to redeem herself stretching out to the flat mile to show her wares at a little bit added distance, and she did that in what was a very, very stirring stretch run. One of the more interesting ones, interesting things that happened prior to this, battle, this throwdown between Marley's Freedom, the winner, and Come Dancing, was the fact that Marley's Freedom started out and then forwardly moved herself when the horses hit the chute, made a dramatic move to get right into the second spot and get right into the mix of the race. And it sort of took a few horses by surprise, including the 4th place, Bonita Bianca. She was taken by surprise, and it forced her to have to maybe move a little sooner than she wanted to. And that changed a little bit of the complexion of the race. And then subsequently, as Marley's Freedom sort of stalked and pounced, or really sat and sort of helped co-set the pace, when she made her move on the turn, Come Dancing, who was very, very well ridden in this race, made her move, and on a couple of occasions got right on the throat latch of Marley's Freedom, but was not able to get by. The Bob Baffert trainee wins by a neck, with Come Dancing right there, 6 3/4 lengths in front of a horse that a lot of people had their eyes on out of the Chad Brown barn by the name of Pacific Wind. She had run a very credible 3rd behind Blue Prize and Champagne Problems in the Spinster Stakes, one of the major preps for the Breeders' Cup Distaff at Keeneland, and that was a strong enough performance in the eyes of many to make her just as a legitimate a contender for the Distaff at 9 furlongs as her stablemate, Wildcat, who finished 2nd for Chad Brown, to Monomoy Girl. So it was interesting that she ended up skipping that spot to run in this race, and it just didn't work out for her. She was really, really hard pressed to keep up with the speed in this race. She did try to finish bravely in the stretch, but she was no match for the top 2 horses in here. It would appear that I think that added distance, obviously she's a daughter of Curlin, the added distance races are going to really level the playing field for her, and then we're going to see where she fits in with some of these horses that will probably return in 2019, including Monomoy Girl, maybe Wonder Godot, Midnight Bisou, and so forth, and Wildcat, and countless other horses. It's a very deep division, by the way, and so we'll see where Pacific Wind will fit in, but I think that this spot really may have undermined that performance in the Spinster. A lot of people thought that that was a forward move and would set her up for a big run in the Breeders' Cup. She, as I said before, she freshened up for this spot, didn't quite work out, but it may set her up for future success. Meantime, Marley's Freedom scores her 4th stakes win for 2018, 4th graded stakes win. So Bob Baffert will obviously be looking forward to seeing where she can fit in the new calendar year. It's more likely than not that she'll run between 6 and 8 furlongs. Stretching her to 8.5 might be asking a bit much, but it could be the next logical progression should she give Bob Baffert the clues and the signs that would be a good move. And you never know, she might be a 9 furlong horse, but for right now, we know that she can at least get a mile. We know she's good at 6 and 7 furlongs, and again, she really showed some tenacity and some heart in beating a very, very game runner-up in Come Dancing. Again, Marley's Freedom wins the Go for One in 138.35 for trainer Bob Baffert.